All right, Shalom, Lord in Christ, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah to the brothers. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohanan. We have been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American people that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Tonight's class is going to be a scripture breakdown. We'll be talking about the importance of what it is to be an Israelite, the fact that a lot of our brothers and sisters don't understand or know that Israel is still in existence today. It is important for us to know our heritage and also that God has not forgotten his people and just cast it away to the other nations. Take some time to get a drink, a pen and a pad to take some precepts down, some notes. I'm going to go ahead and play a couple videos and we'll be right back with you.
One Westbrook.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears, I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip, I lead a scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld, best believe we not gon' stamp it. Titties on a drum, the stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his tie with the hands of the Lord, call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his frontier. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas, so let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT, I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me that's suicide. Of course I sound cocky to a glizzy eater, fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode. I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like Yaya Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe. And then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit of my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer, make it sound like a howl. We the shit, we about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. Dad go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit of my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back, wait with a smile, nigga.
I'ma keep it 55 straight.
Shout out ISUPK.
Let's go ahead. His watchmen are blind. His watchmen are what? Blind. His watchmen are what? Blind.
That's what need to be. That's what need to be happening. There need to be more black women loving their husbands.
Religion, if you serve any religion, you're serving another God. The word religlia is the Latin word that means to separate or divide. That's the root word of the word religion. Now, if you serve any religion that's not in the Bible, you're serving another God. There's no religion in the Bible.
It's that nonsense. And that's why he raising up his priests and prophets here in the ISUPK.
Shout out ISUPK. Classes all week, 7, 5, 9 p.m. The brothers dropping that knowledge. Get in class. No excuses. Don't see no motherfucking customer.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, Kimo Sabe got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit.
One way, one way, one way, one way, one way.
Coming up on my bullshit. I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on my bullshit.
How much?
head of class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. ISUPK Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing.
I think we got a problem, got a problem.
Let's go. Get up. Stack club, you hear that? You can't sit down to that. Okay.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheik Luch, LOXD Block, Silverback. Hey, yo, right now I need to shout out the ISUPK classes.
I want to give a huge, big, humongous shout out to all the UPK schools.
Shout out to Black Watch, hosted by General Yohana. Bird, I need y'all to check out Cross the Line Radio as well, man. They've been open all week from 7 to 9. They ain't shut down because of the corona, the COVID, and all that. They rockin' strong, you know what I mean?
Think we got a problem, but really it ain't though. It's one of me and these bitches, I count about 3, 4. Think we got a problem, but homie just all talk. He ain't gon' pop a balloon with a pitchfork. Nah, think we got a problem in the club with this dog. Rude boys, dogs, ladies, everybody. Yo, shit, what they want?
Salakia, let me go ahead and get this camera fixed. Looks like it went ahead and zoomed in. Give me 1 second. Israel, we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Give me 1 second. Salaki, give me 1 second. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. We go ahead and deal with that. We'll be right back with you.
Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up? Get your ass up. Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man. So? I mean, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool. God damn!
What's up, Op? What's up, Op? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man.
Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here.
Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy?
Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me shit. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me taro tato.
Man, you fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, homie.
Man, fuck you. Oh, shit. Tebow, nigga.
What? Who?
Tebow.
Damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing. I thought you already collected the ties.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah. You got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, Tebow, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
Right now. The money.
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all. What about the time he took the ties from me in Zerad's backyard? Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over Tebow. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
All right, so thank you for bearing with us with the technical difficulties again. My name is Officer Hall with the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. And we have been called to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native American people that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And there's a lot of misconceptions that we have out there about the children of Israel, who they are, where they are now, if it's still important to be an Israelite. And, you know, through the men above me and, you know, under Commander General Yohana, you know, I've come to clarity on what is actually happening and how important it is to be a Jew or an Israelite and to take on the heritage and, you know, the traditions of your forefathers and your foremothers. So in the scriptures, it lets us know that Israel is going to be a people forever. I was having a conversation, you know, with my father, and he was saying that he heard Geno Jennings or saw a video with Geno Jennings. And the video was pretty much saying that, you know, it's something to the effect of Israel's kind of been washed away because there's been so much mixing of the different nations. And, you know, if you actually read the Bible, read the scriptures, and you have a good teacher, like a priest or prophet in the UPK, you'll understand that that's just not true. The first scripture that I'm going to go to is 2 Samuel 7:24. And if we just think about it logically or practically, how does a nation just disappear? How would the Asians, how would the Arabs, the Indians, how would they just disappear? The seed or the lineage is carried by the father. And it gives us examples of that in the Bible. As long as those men are around, that nation is going to be around. And there are men in the nation of Israel that are still here today. So I'm going to go ahead and read 2 Samuel or Salakia, sir, you gonna go ahead and read it? Oh, you got the mic? The water, sir.
What's the 2 Samuel?
7:24. The water, sir.
Kind of. It's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 24. For thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people, Israel, to be a people unto thee forever. And thou, Lord, art become their God.
So right in that scripture, that's saying a lot. It says, for thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people, Israel, and it gives you who the Lord's people are. So the next time somebody says that everybody is God's people, 2 Samuel is saying that Israel is God's people. The next time somebody says that Israel's done away with, they're no longer here. You can see in this verse, it says that they are a people unto thee forever. And the last time I checked, forever was infinity. That's something that is going to keep on happening. There's not a time limit on forever because time hasn't stopped. This is something under the, as people, you know, in the Christian church try to sound intelligent, they say the dispensation of time. This is something that fits under time, and this is forever. So in this verse, so far, Geno Jennings is wrong about what he's saying. And we have a lot of Black Christian leaders that are leading us down a road that has nothing to do with the doctrine of the Most High. And we should start to check and see if our leaders, our spiritual guides, these people that call themselves politicians, if they're telling us the right things. Because the Bible and the prophecies have never been wrong, ever. And, you know, the next verse I want to go to is Jeremiah 31 and 35, because there are some ordinances that the Lord has put out. The moon, the stars, a lot of people worship these things. But our forefathers, our foremothers knew that these were something of like a calendar, something of a map. Like you could use the stars as an intelligent person back in these times as a map to get where you needed to go. You saw the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, if I'm correct, right? That's how it works, right? So you knew which way you were facing, how to navigate, which way the winds were blowing. We didn't worship the stars. Now we have all these zodiac signs, and I mentioned this yesterday in my class. We have these zodiac signs, and people really think they can judge somebody's personality, somebody's future off of a zodiac sign. There's no way in hell you can tell what month I was born by how I act. There's no way in hell you can tell that. The Lord set up these ordinances not to be worshipped because he's our God. He's our God. And when I say he is our God, I'm talking about blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So in Jeremiah 31 and 35, let's see what it's saying about the children of Israel.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
So right there is showing a part of what the job of these ordinances, the sun, the moon, the stars, not to be worshipped. These are tools that we use. And this is mentioning something, and it's going to show in comparison what's going on. Continue.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
And we can continue to verse 36.
If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So when you walk outside of your door today, this is something practical and easy you can do. You walk out your door today. It's 7:39. The sun hasn't gone down. I think, or the sun is just setting, if I'm not mistaken. You go outside, you're going to see the sun is setting. That ordinance is still outside. If you look into the sky while the stars are out, you'll see that those stars are still blaring. You'll see the moon is coming up. Those ordinances have yet to depart. So what that means is the seed of Israel is still a people. We're still here. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called, we're still here on this earth, even though we're lost. The Lord has not washed away his people. Yeah, the scriptures say that the inheritance was polluted, but there is still a remnant of his people that is still left on this earth. And for a Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever, to say that the children of Israel cast off, this, that, and the fourth, excuse me, that's an absolute lie. These ordinances are still here. Forever means forever the last time I checked. So with that being said, we can move to Isaiah 45:17, because there's a lot of misconception about what's going to happen with Israelites. There's a lot of misconception on, who salvation is for. And, growing up in the Christian church, I didn't learn anything about the scriptures. There was a lot of singing going on. There was also in the, what's it called? The choir. There was a lot of homosexuality going on. There was a lot of other things going on that had nothing to do with serving the Lord. In actuality, there was a lot of things going on that had to do with disrespecting the Lord and not following the law, statutes, and commandments. So when you're in that church, you got to ask yourself, have any of these verses ever been read? And if you can, with a clear mind, say, no, these verses have never been read, you have to ask yourself why. Because if you're continuing to hear in your church about, anybody can be an Israelite, or excuse me, anybody can be saved, Christ loved and died for everybody, and you just hear a whole bunch of prophet preaching, then you're in the wrong place. Money is not going to be your salvation. There are tons of people that die from overdoses. They die from being murdered. Like, we have a lot of rappers, and I mentioned one yesterday, King Von, that was murdered. King Von probably got every dollar, out of Chicago that he could, but yet and still none of that mattered. But you have pastors talking about you have to, do this, that, and the fourth so you can get money. They're not talking about what you can do in order to be right with the Most High. They're not talking about who the chosen people of God is. We can go ahead and read that verse before I go on too much.
Oh, sure.
No sweat. I don't want it. That's Isaiah 45:17.
Isaiah 45:17. Yeah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Let's rewind that. But Israel shall be saved. Let's read that again.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
So that right there is saying Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. That's not mentioning any other nation in there. I know a lot of you think that Gentiles and verses that concern that word mean something. I know you think that everybody can be saved. I know you think your slave master, who you love on your job so much. I know you believe the person that's frying chicken in your neighborhoods that can't even touch what your mother, your grandmother can do. The people that are, and I don't want to get banned for this. If I mention cats, the people that are taking cats, raccoons, and serving it up in rice. I know you think all these people can be saved. This verse does not mention them. This mentions Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And we'll get back to the verse. I was watching something, and this lady was irate in a grocery store. It was like a Chinese grocery store, and there was a raccoon wrapped in a plastic bag. And it said it was a delicacy, and it said $9.99 a pound for a raccoon. Something that you can find digging out in a dumpster. If you think for a second I'm about to eat something that has opposable thumbs, you're out of your mind. You ever roll past a dumpster or somewhere? When I used to work at my slave back in the day, I worked at a refinery, and there would be, these raccoons, and they would be raiding the trash cans like it was a robbery. And every time I would ride past and I would shine my light over there, they would stand up, and I could see they had fingers and thumbs like me. Mm-hmm. They're eating trash. They're obviously there to clean up stuff. They're not there to eat. But these other nations, which you think can be saved, are out here having you being led astray when you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, are the true children of Israel. Let's read that verse again from the top.
But This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
That right there lets you know that that's talking about Israel. Continue.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
So when we're on, so there's sometimes when people find out that they are an Israelite, there can be a place, you know, in your, you know, your maturity that you might be a little bit ashamed because you start to find out what the truth is. You start knowing like, oh, I'm supposed to do this, that, and the fourth. The people in the world aren't doing that. They're going to kind of make fun of me. They're gonna see it as I'm doing something weird. You know, when you serving the Lord and everybody else, the big crowd is out there and they think that their way is right and they won't hear you out. There's a certain amount of shame that comes with that. You're confounded a little bit. You know, I got you know, brothers and sisters out there that I know that are still, you know, 1 foot they want to be, you know, with, you know, the Most High in Christ, and then 1 foot in the world. They're a little bit ashamed of what they do. They don't speak up. They're not doing what they're supposed to do as an Israelite. But there's going to be a point in time where you don't have to worry about that no more. You don't have to be confounded. You don't have to be ashamed, because serving the Lord is going to be the norm. Doing what's right is going to be the norm. Not getting on Instagram and Facebook and blurting out everything in your relationship is going to be the norm. You're not going to have to do that. I see these women on social media, and Keke Palmer is like their hero. That's their Wonder Woman now, because she got up there with Usher, who allegedly has herpes, and I think it's Usher Yedaya that said she had her briskets out. Did you guys see when he said that? She has her briskets out on TV. There's not a man alive in his right mind who has any sense that wants his woman out there and her buns is out on TV, and there's some man googly and eyeing her. But yet when the brother that is dealing with her says, yo, that's not mother activity, the world is coming up against it. So there's people that want to say something, and they would rather be more towards what the Lord is saying. They ashamed to do it. They won't speak out against it, because they know that the general consensus is to say, well, nah, let that woman be free. What do they say when a brother doesn't want his woman being a whore now? They say something to the effect of, you're insecure. Because for her to have her camel toe and her brisket showing is something good for her to do nowadays, as if that's the truth.
Right.
We know that's not the truth. You had something to say, sir?
We're just insecure. They call you a narcissist. You're patrolling.
Exactly. Words, you know. Exactly. And none of that is true. There's a certain amount of honor that comes when a woman is covering herself, when the only one that knows what her body looks like is her man. Right. But here in the world, if I speak against that, you know, that's going against the grain. I'm in a group chat sometimes, and when something comes across the group chat and I say it's wrong, I got to battle the dudes in my group chat, you know, that are in the world, because their mind is gone. But yet they're suffering from the same things that they're promoting, you know, because they've dealt with situations and women that have been whores out here, and they know what that's like. We can continue to read that verse, Salakia. I think we left off at not be ashamed or confounded.
World without end.
So right there, Israel is a world without end. Not only will us priests and prophets that stuck with the Most High's word and followed Christ our King, not only will we not be ashamed or confounded, our world that comes after this wicked world is going to be a world without end. We're no longer going to have to worry about that. But the key piece in this is, it is going to be a situation, it's going to be a world, a cosmos, a society that doesn't end when Israel is ruling. So if you think that the Israelites are gone, this is not important, this, that, and the fourth, this is saying the world of Israel is going to be without end. That does not give any credit or any variance to any other nation. Our world is going to be the one without end. We are going to be the ones here ruling. And it's going to be a class system. Everybody's going to be under us. Because the last time I checked, I can't find a scripture about a man being equal with another man, just like the nation of Israel is not going to be equal with any other nation. I was listening to something, or Salaki, I was listening to a class today, and I can't remember the brother's name. I didn't catch it, but he was stating how the NBA wanted to put a practice facility in Chinatown. And the Asians in that community, they're not going for it. Asians don't even feel like second-class citizens in this country. And they haven't been here for 400 years, serving under this monster. But when the almighty NBA said, let's put a practice facility in this neighborhood, all of Chinatown got under their leader and was like, nah, we don't want that. Mm-hmm. But you can put anything in the hood. You can put anything in the hood. You can put a chicken shop, you can put a smoke shop, you can put anything you want in there, because as a nation of people, we're not together right now. We don't know what that's like. And the scriptures talk about that. We don't have a general consensus of what we should be doing or what we should be, telling our children. You got, on one hand, you got people saying you can't whoop your child. On the other hand, you have people saying, beat the hell out the child, get a switch off the tree. We don't agree on anything as a people.
Right.
But there's going to come a point in time where we do, where our world, our society is the ruling society. We can move to Zephaniah 2:1 while we're on that subject, because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, children of Israel, we need to do what the prophets that the Lord sent are telling us to do. We need to gather ourselves together. We don't need to be individuals, because that doesn't help anybody. We have this mindset to where, we should be just going off and being an individual. We have this mindset to where it's okay not to have a culture, where you should just dibble and dabble in every other culture. But that's not what the Lord wants you to be doing, because in actuality, when you are going under a different culture, you're serving their God, you're becoming a second-class citizen. And I've had conversations with brothers in the world about this. I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling him, the God of the Arabs is Allah. Allah is an Arab. What's the guy who supposedly wrote the Quran even though he couldn't read?
He didn't write it.
Or he spoke it? Muhammad, right?
He pieced together.
Yeah, he pieced it together.
Certain. He had a gift. He had a real good gift of hearing and repeating everything. But it was a very, he was admired by how Israel had one God.
Absolutely.
He was admired by how Israel had one God, because Islam had over 365.
I don't want con, sir.
They were worshiping grass one day, rock one day, somebody farting one day. Worshiping all that. Salaki. But that's what he worshiped. He worshiped some type of idol.
That's absolutely right.
He was admired by how Israel only had one God.
Absolutely.
And he just, counterfeited and changed things that he liked about it. And then he incorporated into what you call today.
Absolutely. And it's so heavy,
It's like, I ain't gonna say
it's so heavy what, Adawan is saying is because when you have all those different gods, Muhammad could actually see the confusion in his people. And he needed to unite his people under one God. Even though that God, Allah, is powerless, doesn't have any power, they decided to come together because they saw the children of Israel having the Most High as their God. The Most High power was their God. He took and he used what we had at one point in time, and he united his people. So now, till this day, there's more of a general consensus with the Muslims, or the Arabs, than there are with us. Now, I know there's certain sects of you got the Shiites, you got this, that, and the fourth, but they'll take themselves over any other nation any day. We won't do that. As I'm walking through these inner cities and I'm seeing different people, I'm seeing a lot of brothers and sisters there with different nations. They're with different nations. And if you told them to prefer their own, it would be an offense to them. I'm hearing that being with an oppressor is easier than being with a sister. That's what I'm hearing. How? I don't understand that. After you start to realize that your nation is the most important thing, you'll be willing to fight that battle and win it when it comes to you thinking that, oh, okay, the black woman's attitude is just too terrible. The reason why it's terrible is because these other nations are confederate against us, and they found different ways to kind of separate the black man, the black woman, the Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, and Native American. They found ways to separate us. That's why you don't know who Israel is, because we are broken as a nation. We don't even prefer our own nowadays. We believe what we see on TV is damn near our God. If it didn't come from a white man's mouth, us in the world are not going to listen to it.
Right.
They have to hear, some oppressor saying, this, that, and the fourth in order to believe it. But if you see a brother with boots, braids, and a beard on the street telling you the absolute truth, you're willing to argue with him. You are willing to argue to the death, not have an answer for your own people. But no, I didn't hear it from, some oppressor. So it doesn't hold any weight. So at the end of the day, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we need to start coming together in value when we have a leader like Commanding General Yahanna that's going to be willing to sacrifice and tell us the truth no matter what it costs. I'm slacking. We was at Zephaniah 2:1. This is what the Lord wants us to do.
Zephaniah 2:1.
Out of one sir.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah. Gather together, O nation not desired.
Last time I checked, when Haitians want to cross the border, so-called Haitians, nobody desires them to come over. I see men on horses trying to whip them back out of the country. They're not desired. When I see Mexicans trying to cross the border, you have these oppressors putting razor wires knowing that children are trying to cross. They don't desire us to come over here. Even at a time where they're crossing was once their land. They had this land before, but we're not desired. You have Donald Trump, the oppressor's Lord and Savior, saying that they have calves the size of cantaloupes, or he related to some large fruit and said that they're carrying drugs and they're rapists. When the oppressor is the biggest rapist.
Right.
The oppressor is the biggest thief.
Right.
But yet you don't want us coming over here. You don't want blacks in this country. If we say it's wrong for what you've done to our people, it's wrong the way you're treating us till this day, they'll tell us to go back to Africa, where the Hamites sold us into slavery under the very oppressor that's telling us to go back.
Right.
How? So you know what we should do? We should come together. I was talking to Officer Dashayam about this yesterday, and I kind of mentioned it in the class. He ran out of time. There's an oppressor that sings country music, and he said that I heard you guys are going to round up in this song. It's called "Try That in a Small Town." I don't know if y'all brothers heard that. It's called "Try That in a Small Town." He mentioned a whole bunch of it's a country singer. He mentioned a whole bunch of like crimes that would be attributed to us blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans in the inner cities. Like, you want to rob a liquor store, you want to rob an old lady, snatch a purse, stomp on the flag, light it on fire, try that in a small town. I got a gun my grandfather gave me. He said, I heard y'all want to round up. I got a gun my grandfather gave me. This is what this oppressor said. Well, you're not going to get far, is what he's saying. He's saying we're not going to get far up the street. Because if we come to his small town, he's pretty much saying that he's going to murder us. So they don't desire us. And that doesn't apply to just what he's trying to pretend are criminals. Because I was reading articles that were saying at his concert, there was all types of criminal activity going on. There was some oppressor at his concert that ended up drunk driving and running over like 5 people. Did he mention that? No. He's focused on us. He's focusing on the very people that his forefathers destroyed. And he know in their minds, a lot of these oppressors know at one point in time, we're coming together. We saw a little piece of that as the men above me brought out in the Montgomery Brawl. We saw that. A lot of us wish we could have been there.
Right.
I wish I could have been swimming right next to Aquaman and climbing out that water and helping a brother out who was under attack. Because a lot of brothers, they have that spirit in them that is to protect. But we've been so destroyed that it normally doesn't happen. We're worried about our freedom. We're worried about, damn, I got to make it home to my family. We have it in our mind that this oppressor is still our owner. But in that fashion, there were chairs flying, Salakia for my language, ass being whooped in unison and solidarity, because they came up against a brother. These heathens came up against a brother and were unrightfully, assaulting him. And we came together. That's what we should do on every accord. I'm not saying we should go out and fight. We should just have our best interests at heart.
Right.
When there is a storefront that comes into our neighborhood and it's not giving back to our community, we should abandon it.
Right.
There's a Chinese food restaurant around my way. I go to so much they know me by face and name.
Right.
Yeah. They say my slave name they remember it from the early 2000s. They can still remember my name.
You was a great customer.
I must have been a hell of a customer.
Fantastic.
Soon as I come in, they
Hurry up and buy.
yes. And occasionally I'll see an extra wing in that 4-piece. But you know what? When my people have a storefront in that neighborhood, guess what I'm choosing first? We got a spot around the way. I got some brothers that they cook a hell of a lamb over rice. They some brothers, even though they believe a different, doctrine than I believe. That food is banging. I'm going there first when it comes to getting that rice and that lamb. I'm going there first when it comes to, they call it, what is it called? Like halal food or something like that? Because these brothers believe that we should be Muslims, but their food is delicious. We should prefer our own people. Also, Dashayim, you might have even rolled past it before. It's called Akibachi. And it's delicious. Matter of fact, Captain Zazai Isaiah Ward, Captain Ariel, they should do a food review on it and see what it's hitting for. Get them brothers some business. But Zephaniah 2:1, it says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Like I said, we are not desired as a people. There's a new department that I went to at my slavery. I could see the faces kind of turning up as I'm walking in, because ain't but like 2 brothers in my department, and one brother straggled on the other side. So when I walk and my badge doesn't work for that particular floor, I got a few weird looks. There's people that I've been there since January. They still don't speak to me. That's fine. I prefer my own. I got a brother that sits right next to me. I got a sister that sits right across and to the left. I can talk to them. I prefer my own people anyway. It's fine. I'm comfortable being in that situation now because I got brothers in the truth that have raised me upright to know I should prefer and choose my own people. I should gather with my own. Brothers like Officer Tazayad, Officer Dashayim, Officer Zarabakar, who have been there for me in the smallest of situations. I prefer my own. And brothers and sisters should start doing that, because we are Israelites. The Israelites are still on earth. And for brothers and sisters who have never seen an Israelite, if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, go look in the mirror. You will see an Israelite staring right back out at you. You'll see one staring right back at you. Let's move on to Romans 3:1. Because I hear a lot of people say that it's not important as far as who is an Israelite, this, that, and the fourth. Because, Christ died for everybody's sins. But when I read in the Bible, it says Christ came to redeem Israel. The scriptures in the Old Testament to the New Testament said, a horn shall be raised up for the house of David. I'm paraphrasing, but it doesn't say everybody. It's important to be an Israelite. You got that scripture for me, Adawan?
Yes,
The water, sir.
that's it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then has the Jew?
So what advantage is it in being a Jew? What advantage does the Jew have? And as we know, people who are studied in these scriptures, a Jew can mean different things. That can be Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. That can be just Judah, or that can be the whole entire house of Israel. Read.
Verse 2. That's Salakia. Verse 1 says, what advantage then has the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision?
So what profit is it to follow the laws? What profit is it to do what the Lord said as a Jew? Because there are certain things that the Lord wants you to do. Be a Jew, you do what the Lord says. Or excuse me, Salakia, be an Israelite, you also follow those commandments. What advantage is there?
Ready? Verse 2. Okay. Verse 2. Much, every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
This is in the New Testament. It says, much every way is there an advantage. Chiefly, that's high up there. Because unto them were committed the oracles. When Paul talks in Romans, he says that the oracles, the adoption pertaineth to the Israelites. And he's highlighting that in this verse as well. There's an advantage to being an Israelite because we have those laws, those statutes and commandments that were given unto us. There's something that I notice when there is a man above me that has a higher rank. What importance is it for him to be a higher rank and to have earned that title? That means he has more responsibility when he has that title. So when an Israelite is given, or excuse me, when you're an Israelite, your forefathers have been given the oracles of God. That's important. That is a responsibility. In every way, it is an advantage. So it is important. Continue.
Verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
If somebody doesn't believe what's happening as far as what you're telling them, as far as there being one God, Christ dying for us, there being an importance of being Israel, it doesn't matter because their disbelief doesn't make it not true.
Right.
You can tell somebody something, you know, that is the truth to your blue in the face. If they don't believe it, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's still the truth. You should still hold on to that. You should still hold on to the importance of the actual heritage of Israel. We can get 2nd Ezra 7 and 10. Because growing up in the church, I would see verses like I would read ahead. Sometimes I'd get bored. You know, whatever the pastor was talking about, it just didn't matter to me. What they were singing, I didn't like. There may have been maybe 1 or 2 songs that I liked in the church ever. But something about it, it just didn't resonate with me because I didn't know I was an Israelite. I didn't know everything in the Bible actually pertained to me. If it pertains to everybody and it's boring and it doesn't matter, what are you to learn in that situation? You might hear something where Christians tell you, oh, here's the good news. Christ died for you. You can sin as much as you want. That's pretty much what we're learning in these churches. That don't interest me. I went out partying and doing every thing under the sun, you know, that I could do as a man when I thought I was a Christian. I get to these verses and I'm starting to realize, wait a minute, it's important to be an Israelite. Mm-hmm. Those oracles that God gave to my forefathers are important. And that's another thing with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We can only trace, you know, our heritage our lineage to a certain point because of how destroyed we are, because of what's been erased. Even though they have our records, even though they won't release them, this, that, and the fourth, we don't think anything's important as far as culture is concerned because we can't go past a certain point. There are brothers and sisters who know they're Native Americans, but if you ask them what language they spoke, they can't tell you. Spanish is a conquistador language. It is the language of their conquerors. If you ask a person that speaks Spanish, fluent Spanish, what they spoke, they can't tell you. They don't know what they spoke. They speak the language of their conquerors. And then you'll have an oppressor say, you got to speak the language of this oppressor in America. Don't you speak that Spanish over here. The nerve. Again, we should, like Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather ourselves together because we're going to continue to be a second-class citizen because we don't value culture, heritage, and what God actually wants for us. So second Esdras, we can do 7:10, Salakia, verses 10 and 11 and 7.
Okay. This is the book of second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world.
How important is that? And Salakia, I'll keep kind of reiterating the importance of that, but I really want to go to Joel 3:2, if we could, Baba Kashab. Okay. It says, because for their sakes, Israel. So we know Israel is what we're talking about in this context. Israel's portion is what? Is the world. We are here to rule the world. That is important. If you're an Israelite, if you find out that Israel Salakia, sir, it was Joel 3:2. Why wouldn't it be important if you find out that Israelites are supposed to rule the world and the actual God made the world for our sakes? Isn't that important? That's exactly why people don't want you to know that you're an Israelite. That's exactly why somebody will tell you you're an African American. You're named after a continent, or you're the color of a crayon box. That's what they want to reduce us to, even though we're the salt of the earth, the greatest people on the planet in the history of man. We're breaking every record, whether good or bad. Salakia.
Right.
When we get on that basketball court, we're the best. When we get on that football field, we're the best. I hear now brothers are starting to do lacrosse, even though that's a predominantly oppressor-led sport, but that actually came from Native Americans, I'm hearing. Lacrosse was something that was started by Native Americans. It was taken over by the oppressor, but I'm starting to see that, brothers is nice at that game. Brothers will go in there and crush it. Hockey. Whatever we set our hand on, we got sisters that were able to help NASA, solve certain calculations. What is that? The Pythagorean theorem that people were having trouble with for thousands of years. Sisters came through and crushed that. Back in the day, a sister was really a calculator. She was doing what advanced computers couldn't do, calculating certain things. But yet and still, you want to call us, and reduce us to just criminals. You want to make prison systems and make the school system and certain infrastructure crush us, so we can't rise up, because in actuality, they know your true potential. In order for them to stay on top, they have to crush us. If they were to leave us alone, we'd rule over everything. But the Most High wants us to come back to Him. So until we do that, that's just not going to happen. There's no other way to do it. Salakia, sir, you had that verse in Joel 3:2?
Yep, the
water, sir.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So this is at the end. This is one of those verses that are talking about World War III. So over in the Middle East, over near the Middle East in Jerusalem, there's going to be all nations gathered in a valley at a certain time during the end of the world. And the Most High is going to do something for His people. And he's going to talk about, and you can see how the Most High feels about his people, even in the end. Continue.
And will plead with them for, will plead with them there for my people.
So when it says, I will plead with them for my people, that's not talking about begging. Like when a human in this context here in America, please, they're saying please. They're asking. This is a plead where the Most High is going to use destruction and fire. That's the type of pleading he does. He is going to burn these nations up with fury. There is going to be, what does it say? 200, it says 2,000 thousands angels are coming with Christ. That's how he's going to plead with 200 million angels. That's going to be crushing everything in his path that does not bow down, that went against his people.
Right.
Continue. I think we left off for my people.
And for my people. And for my people, and for my heritage, Israel.
For my heritage. The next time somebody tells you that it's not important to be an Israelite, you got to show them this verse. Because in the Bible, you have the past, the present, and the future. This is talking about the future. If it's not important, why is the Most High addressing it in the future? This hasn't taken place yet. The Most High hasn't gathered all nations in the third woe in World War III and started causing the uttermost destruction that the world has ever seen. So when it says, plead for my heritage, Israel, we should realize that this is very important to the Most High. This is something that is just the most important thing in the world as far as being a people, a nation. If you continue to read, the Most High is talking about the other nations, and it says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. This is important. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if you never heard this verse, give it to your minister, your pastor, your imam, and ask them, what does this mean? Get ready to hear a lie. Can we move to Isaiah 1 and 3? Because Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, as I continue to say, they don't know who they are. You have people that are sitting in our place right now, and they'll say that they are the Jews, when none of these prophecies remotely, reflect who they are. None of these curses reflect who they are. I don't know that I haven't seen any history saying that the little hats were spread around the earth and had yokes of iron around their neck. I don't see that. I don't see where their women and their men had to end up having their children sold into slavery. There's things that have happened in nations all around the earth that have been, it's been kind of bad, but there's nothing happened under the sun like it's happened to the people and the children of Israel. That's how you know who we are. That's how you know who the Israelites are. And the Lord said to know who you are as an Israelite is important. You got it, sir.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So this is talking about, these are beasts, and they know who their masters are. They know where their master's crib is. They know where to go. They know who rules over them. Read.
Come. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider.
That's insane. We've been so destroyed, we don't even consider who our master or who our house is. We don't know. And this is of much importance. If you continue to hear from people that it's not important, you know they're lying, and you know that you shouldn't even follow them. We can move down to Jeremiah's 17:4. I'm not going to keep us too much longer. I just got a couple more verses, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
You ready?
Count on one, sir.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So this is saying that the people of God are going to discontinue from their heritage. When you discontinue from your heritage, you don't have the same culture, the same belief, the same doctrine, the same ways that you used to have. You're going to take other people's culture. Continue.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire of my anger, which shall burn forever.
So within context, that's letting us know that we have angered the Most High. We have not followed his laws, statutes, and commandments. And when it says that fire shall burn forever, that forever is talking about a time span. Because when Christ comes back and redeems us, we're no longer going to have to be put within that time span. This world, as long as this world is ruling, it's like forever that we're going to be under these people, under this oppressor. It's like forever Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't know, who they are. But it's important for them to know who they are so we can get it right, gather ourselves together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says, and become a nation again. Let me get let me see, the last verse, I believe, sir, you had a comment?
No, I was trying to help you out. The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20. If I could.
Sir. You want to get the mic?
No, you got it?
Oh, you remember it? I read it. Yeah. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day.
In what?
In that day.
In what?
In that day.
In that day. Future tense. Keep going.
That the remnant of Israel, the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote him.
Most High in Christ.
That stay upon him that smote them.
Man, every brother that you see down here, got killed by the oppressor, man. We shouldn't be staying amongst them that smoked us, man. 1960s, man, seeing all that in 1960s or the 1600s, being lynched and slaved, you know what I'm saying? Picnic. And everybody knew what a picnic was, right? But they picked a nigga and they hung him. Everybody would eat. You understand? Alligator babies. You understand? Those things. They smoked us, man. We shouldn't be among them. You understand? And the Lord said that we shouldn't be among them. So he gonna be gathering us from among those who smoked us. Keep going.
But shall stay upon the Lord.
Shall stay what?
Upon the Lord.
We should stay upon the Lord. And that shows you right there that Geno Smith don't know what the hell he's talking about. Because Black, Hispanics, and American Indians don't stay upon the Lord. They don't keep God's laws right now. This is future tense. It's showing that how Black, Hispanics, and American Indians are going to get tired. Just like Montgomery, Alabama, they are going to get tired of the people who continue to smoke them.
That's right.
And they're going to figure it out that this is not solving the problem.
Damn right.
You know, voting not going to solve the problem. Trump not going to solve the problem. Biden not going to solve the problem. Whoever you put in their office ain't going to solve our problem. Then we got to stand with the Lord. You understand? Keep going.
The Holy One of Israel.
That lets you know there's only one God. There's nobody beside. You understand? There's only one true power. It's our power. You know what I'm saying? The Most High who watches over us. He's the truth. You understand? Keep going.
In truth. Verse 21. The remnant.
The what?
The remnant.
The what?
The remnant.
Now, Geno Smith said, what? There was no more Israel?
The remnant.
The what?
The remnant.
The remnant means that Israel still lives today.
Damn right.
You understand? We still here. We just don't know who we are as a nation as a whole.
That's right.
The Lord had given a light. You understand? That's ISUPK on the community. He has given a light to the Black, Hispanics, and American Indians to see this beacon to come back. You understand? To get their heritage like you were talking about earlier. You understand? Keep going.
God. Shall return.
Shall what?
Return.
Shall return. Keep going.
Even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty God.
Unto the mighty God. The Lord is going to join Jacob. Who the house of Jacob? The 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
He's going to gather us. You understand? He's going to gather us. Keep going.
God. Verse 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return.
Right. It should be. We are a sand of the sea, so there's plenty of us out there. But there's going to be a remnant that's only going to return. There's going to be a small portion. You understand? Yes. He's coming back to save the people who believe in him, who trust in him, who stand with him. We all know this right here because we've seen this in what? We saw this before. Book of Noah, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was only 8 people trusting in the Lord. Numbers only matter to us as people. Numbers don't matter to the Lord.
Damn right.
You understand? And our people don't really realize that. We think the Lord wants to have everybody up there, on earth, just chilling and just doing what they want to do. That's negative. The Lord's going to come back and get those who believe in him and put them in rightful power, their rightful rulership, and rule with an iron fist. That's what the Lord wants. He wants that remnant of people who trust in him. You understand? That's going to be of Israel. No one else. Keep going.
God.
You
The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness.
Mm-hmm. That's something that the black people don't have today. That's not in the Christian church and not in this world. The overflow of righteousness. Come on. You see a bunch of people out here that our people want to do what? Be what? Homosexual.
Right.
Want to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? That's not an overflow of righteousness. That's an overflow of sin. You know what I'm saying? That's an overflow of lust. You know what I'm saying? That's an overflow of their desires. Not an overflow of righteousness. If it was an overflow of righteousness right now in this world, none of our people would be wanting to do the thing which God seems ungodly or wicked. You understand? And that shows you that these things have to come to pass, and you don't know what he's talking about. You understand? He believes that Israel will not be saved. Israel not going to be no more Israel. The scripture clearly says that even Christ himself said he ain't come out to destroy nothing that the prophet said. Right. So all these things right here are going to have to come to pass. You understand? And Geno Smith is saying these things right here because he don't know the scripture.
Yeah, Geno tripping.
He just he definitely be tripping. He don't know the scripture.
It's a lot, so he called him Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Geno Smith.
let me get one in there.
Jennings.
Jennings. Oh, my bad. Geno
Jennings.
Jennings. Geno Jennings. JJ. GJ.
Geno Jennings.
Whatever his name is. But he don't know what you're talking about in the scripture. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Let me give you one too. This is, you can read it. Jeremiah 3:18.
Yes, you do.
And you know, this one right here, you can't even argue with this one at all. No, you got it. You can break. You gonna get it. Jeremiah 3:18. This one right here is pertaining to. It can only be pertaining to right now, the land of the north. You know, remember that?
Oh
one?
yeah, that's the land of the north. That's a good one.
All right. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
That hasn't happened.
Nope.
That hasn't happened. That's happening now.
Damn right.
That didn't happen during the Babylonian return when we came out of captivity.
Right.
That didn't happen on that side of the earth at all. When we came out of captivity in Babylon, it was only Judah. But there it's saying what?
So like, in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
That's in the future. Go ahead.
And they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
There it is right there. So you can throw that one to your dad too.
I don't want to come.
All right. Just wanted to throw that one in there.
So I got one more verse.
Also, it's one in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like that right there alone tell you that the Lord is going to save us and get other nations to serve us. And those nations that don't serve us is going to be put to death.
Put to death. Absolutely.
So this is all future tense. This has not happened yet. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much going to take us out of captivity. And those who kept it in captivity are going to be our servants.
Come, I don't want to come.
Book of Isaiah speaks about it all the time and calls us a book of battle axe for the Lord.
That's the last one I'm no, you too. I actually went before that. I was going to read Isaiah 59, 20 and 21, and then we could just end it on that and go ahead and get ready to wrap up. So Isaiah 59 and 21, 20 and 21. So what the brothers is bringing out is so heavy right now. And if these are scriptures that these brothers are bringing out that you never heard, you got to put these in your precept books, because when you have individuals out there that don't want to be a nation, don't believe in Israel, and think we can do anything under the sun we want, you need these scriptures to show what God wants, who Israel is, and where they will be, where they've been, and where they are now. In Isaiah 59 and 20 and 21, I'm going to read this last one, and it talks about some of the same things that are going to happen in the future, because Isaiah was he was a prophet. So you can go ahead and read that when you're ready, and we'll go ahead and get ready to close it out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion.
So this is talking about Christ. Yahushua Mashiach, who the world so ignorantly calls Jesus. Read.
And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob.
So when you see it says Jacob, you know that's talking about Israel. So far, Christ is coming to redeem Israel.
Saith the Lord. Verse 21. As for me, this is my covenant with them.
Who's that covenant with? Israel. You can continue, Salakia.
Saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed.
So those laws, those statutes and commandments are going to be put, that spirit is going to be put in us to do the right things. And it's not going to leave us any longer in those days. It's not going to leave our children or our children's children. Continue.
Nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever.
So right there, Israel is a people forever, no matter what anybody says. Christ died for us. We should gather ourselves together. Remember that Zephaniah 2:1. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass the class over to priest and officer, so Robert Carr. We'll go ahead and clap it up. Go ahead and get that.
Here's your ISUPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shut themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'asharah means 10th in Hebrew. It's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund. It's a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. It's the memorial blowing of the trumpets. I believe it's the 15th.
Friday the 15th of September.
Friday the 15th of September. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirt, headband, and scarf. With that being said, in Israel, Major, we're going to give a courtesy salute. In Israel, Major Shabbat. Michael, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah, Yashmatah, Sar means to turn. We're going to face the sisters. Men of Israel. Amadi Shabbat, Michael, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alakam Hashem Yahshua, Yashmatah, class dismissed.